Welcome back to the Auto Hub. The Lockheed P-38 Lightning remains one of the most iconic fighter aircraft in aviation history, a true symbol of innovation, power, and bravery. Even in 2025, more than 80 years since it first took to the skies, the P-38 continues to capture the imagination of aviation enthusiasts, historians, and pilots alike. With its unmistakable twin-boom design and central cockpit nacelle, the Lightning looked like no other plane of its time. But its beauty was more than skin-deep. It was a masterpiece of engineering that revolutionized aerial combat and helped secure Allied victory in World War II. The story of the Lightning began in the late 1930s, when the U.S. Army Air Corps challenged aircraft manufacturers to design a high-altitude interceptor capable of achieving exceptional speed, climb, and range. Lockheed's brilliant young engineer, Clarence Kelly Johnson, took on the challenge and created something truly ahead of its time. The result was a twin-engine, twin-tail aircraft powered by two turbo-supercharged Allison V1710 engines that gave it both immense power and long-range endurance. Its sleek, futuristic shape wasn't just for looks, it was a functional design that reduced drag, improved stability, and allowed the P-38 to reach speeds of over 400 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest fighters in the world when it first appeared. One of the P-38's most distinctive advantages was its concentrated nose-mounted firepower. Unlike most fighters that had guns mounted in the wings, the Lightning's 4.50 caliber machine guns and 120mm cannon were placed directly in its nose. This allowed every bullet fired to go exactly where the pilot aimed, without the need to worry about convergence distances. The result was unmatched accuracy and devastating firepower that could shred enemy aircraft, ground targets, and bombers alike. Combined with its stability and range, the P-38 was both a sniper and a brawler in the sky, capable of taking on nearly any mission that came its way. When the United States entered World War II, the P-38 quickly proved its worth across multiple theaters. In the vast Pacific, it became a dominant force, perfectly suited for the long distances between islands. Its twin engines gave pilots extra confidence when flying over endless stretches of ocean. If one engine was hit, they could still make it home on the other. This reliability made the Lightning a favorite among pilots, many of whom went on to become legends. America's top two fighter races, Richard Bong and Thomas Maguire, both flew P-38s. Bong scored an incredible 40 aerial victories, and Maguire achieved 38, making them the highest-scoring US aces of the war. Their victories in the Lightning became legendary, earning the aircraft a fearsome reputation among Japanese pilots, who dubbed it the two-plane, one-pilot because of its twin-boom appearance. One of the most famous missions in aviation history was carried out by a squadron of P-38s in 1943. American intelligence had intercepted Japanese communications revealing the flight plan of Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, the mastermind of the Pearl Harbor attack. A group of P-38s was dispatched on a daring long-range mission, flying more than 400 miles at low altitude to avoid detection. Against all odds, they intercepted Yamamoto's aircraft and shot it down, killing the admiral instantly. The mission, known as Operation Vengeance, became one of the most remarkable aerial operations of the war and cemented the P-38's place in military history as a precision instrument of strategy and power. In the European theater, the P-38 also played a vital role. Its long range and heavy firepower made it an ideal escort fighter for bombers and a capable ground attack aircraft. However, the colder European climate caused engine and intercooler problems that challenged pilots early on. Despite this, the P-38 adapted and continued to serve effectively in various roles, particularly as a reconnaissance aircraft. Equipped with cameras instead of guns, the Lightning became one of the Allies' most valuable tools for gathering intelligence. Its speed and altitude allowed it to fly deep into enemy territory and return with vital photographs that shaped major Allied offensives. Many reconnaissance pilots risked their lives on these dangerous solar missions, flying unarmed but relying on the P-38's reliability and agility to survive. The Lightning also made important contributions to the advancement of aerodynamics and aircraft technology. Pilots discovered that during high-speed dives, the aircraft would sometimes experience compressibility, where control surfaces locked up due to airflow changes at near supersonic speeds. It was one of the first aircraft to face this mysterious and deadly problem. Engineers at Lockheed worked quickly to understand and fix it, eventually developing dive recovery flaps that allowed pilots to regain control during steep dives. This breakthrough not only saved lives but also expanded knowledge of high-speed flight, influencing post-war jet aircraft design. Throughout the war, over 10,000 P-38s were built, serving in nearly every major combat theater. It was one of the few American fighters to remain in frontline service from the beginning of the war to its end, a testament to its versatility and performance. The Lightning could act as a long-range escort, a bomber, a ground attacker, or a photo reconnaissance aircraft, to all with equal success. Pilots who flew it often described it as both a challenge and a joy, powerful, fast, and capable of astonishing feats when handled correctly. Its twin engines produced a unique, throaty roar that was instantly recognizable and unforgettable to those who heard it. Today, in 2025, the Lockheed P-38's Lightning stands as a shining example of American ingenuity and determination. A handful of these magnificent aircraft still soar at air shows around the world, their twin booms glinting in the sunlight and their engines echoing across the sky. Watching a P-38 in flight is like stepping back in time. You're a living tribute to the pilots who flew it and the engineers who built it. Museums proudly display restored Lightnings, preserving their legacy for future generations who marvel at their beauty and technological brilliance. The P-38 was more than a fighter, it was a masterpiece of design and engineering that broke barriers and redefined what was possible in the air. It combined elegance with lethal efficiency, power with precision, and courage with innovation. Even in an era dominated by stealth jets and drones, the Lightning remains a legend, a reminder of a time when flight was as much art as science. The Lockheed P-38 Lightning will forever be remembered not just as a weapon of war, but as a symbol of human creativity, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that shaped the history of aviation.